All right, guys, we are back once again with another crazy day in the League of Legends offseason. I saw Wooloo, he was out there in the Twitter sphere tweeting out some stuff, getting people hyped up and excited and all that. And now we have him on the video for us here today. So I'm sure he's got something spicy for us. Wooloo, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, I will go straight to the point. Uh, Probably the biggest domino in LEC this offseason made his decision. Vladi, who had interest from at least 5 teams in LEC, made his final choice between Fnatic and Team Vitality, and he decided to join Fnatic next year. Now, I want to clarify as soon as possible, this is still a developing story because KC still have a contract with Vladi for two more years. So if Vladi wants to join Fnatic, KC need to sell him, but KC, they will change mid laner. That's a certainty. They will have a Korean mid laner. It's to be determined who exactly yet. So they are likely to sell Vladi, but this decision of Vladi is pending the buyout agreement between both teams. But Vladi has chosen Fnatic. Fnatic is aware of it. Vitality is aware of it. Navi is aware of it. His decision is made.
Okay, so yeah, obviously, like you said, one of the biggest dominoes, one of the biggest stories we've been waiting for, mid lane being such an important position, Vladi being a guy who's had, success in the LEC already and stuff like that, and, those mid laners with success in the LEC, not just growing on trees.
Mm-hmm.
And you talked about how many teams were interested in how strong the market was and stuff. So do you have any insight to why or how we got here? Why is he ending up on Fnatic? Kind of what was that process like?
Well, not all teams had the same level of interest. Genetics, they asked about Vladi. There was a buyout, they disregarded quickly. Team Heretics, they could feel like they were not the favorite option, so they locked Serene. Navi and Vitality, however, were really like the teams pushing alongside alongside Fnatic the most, which is why both of those teams don't have a mid laner yet. And yeah, both of those teams really had Vladi as priority, but Vladi made his decision for Fnatic. It was a good offer. He can have a word on the roster there, and he expects the roster to be stronger on Fnatic, even if nothing is actually locked on Fnatic yet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was going to be my next question as well. It's like, yeah, if Fnatic is getting this big pickup, there's still tons of question marks on the Fnatic roster of what exactly Fnatic's going to look like in 2026. Anything else you can throw out there for us involving Fnatic now? I'm sure Fnatic fans are going to be curious. They're going to be excited that they're getting something right now, but they're going to be curious about the rest of the roster as well.
Yeah, so top lane is likely changing. They look at players from ERLs. Here you can expect a player from the ERLs. Jungle, they've tried to shop Razork to other teams, but he could still stay at Fnatic. Mid lane, okay, it's very, very likely going to be Vladi. ADC is actually not locked yet. Now that Vladi has made his decision, we should have info about the other positions very soon, but it's actually not so certain that Upset resigns with Fnatic. And same thing here, support still not decided. It can depend on the ADC, on other roles. So yeah, that's a lot of stories to uncover still.
Yeah, definitely lots of moving parts and lots of spiciness left to be had in this offseason, which is cool. I think the last question involving this story that people are going to have as well is, okay, Fnatic's getting a new mid laner. That means Poby's obviously going to be on the way out. What does the future look like for Poby? What does the market look like for him now that, there's some other teams that were interested in Vladi who maybe missed out? What's Poby's options looking like?
Okay, so Poby, who is aware of this situation, has been allowed by Fnatic to talk with other teams. The good news for Poby and Poby fans is that other LEC teams are interested in Poby, and I mentioned the teams earlier that still need a mid laner. Navi and Vitality are interested in Poby. He is likely ending up on one of those two teams, but same thing. Poby still has a contract with Fnatic until next year, so Fnatic may try to have a buyout for him. So it might make the move complicated, but for now, it's looking good for Poby, and there's a good chance we still see him in LEC next year.
Okay, yeah, cool. I'm sure people will be excited about that as well. And again, that's totally not shocking. Like I said, if teams were looking for this mid laner, they don't get him, then they're going to start going to their next option. All that, that's why we call it this whole, domino situation that we keep talking about. But that is, what appears to be the latest and biggest news in the LEC today. Again, not totally done, still developing story, but seems like, Vladi has chosen Fnatic. Again, still maybe some specifics to work out and all that stuff, but it's seeming more and more likely that he will be Fnatic's mid laner for the 2026 season. It's sounding like. So again, another big domino in the LEC offseason falling, but still, like we've talked about, plenty more big stories to be coming to you guys. And of course, Sheep Esports, as always, will be bringing you guys the latest news on all of our different platforms, YouTube, Twitter, the website, all that good stuff. So hopefully you guys are ready, and stay tuned for all the latest news, because there's going to be more coming soon.
Yeah, now that Vladi moved, everything will move.
I can't wait.
Thank you.